it has got everything about me, from where I'm coming from, what are the brands I've done, all my videos, all my pictures, but not on the social. It's just beautiful compiled profile. Wanted to check my videos. Definitely some of the people, those who have shot it and they have put it on their own, that's a different thing. But yes, but I don't post much on the social media.
No, my brother is exactly the same way. He's been running a marketing company for the past 30 years. He has no social media profiles, no website, no official phone numbers, nothing. And if you work with him, you work with him. How the hell did you get into fashion?
Me? Why? I don't look fashionable at all.
That's not what I said at all. But what got you into it?
This was Muscat International Fashion Week, which we did, and for what I was actually asking him to go through the YouTube of mine. Mm-hmm. So we have done a lot of international shows. It's just not there. It's just all in my compiled profile.
Sure.
I don't showcase myself much, to be honest.
Why?
Bad eyes.
You think so?
Yeah. Yes, of course. It happens with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's plenty of like out there fashion
I don't want
designers.
to brag about myself, to be very honest, but then I'm the only celebrated choreographer in India, and who has done most of the international shows across the globe. But people know my name. A lot of people don't know my face. And only the fashion industry knows my face, not the other bit, But a lot of people, those who have been posting their videos and posts on the Instagram and Facebook, they definitely are into the limelight, but they have not done much, to be very honest. I have a content which I can use it for 5 years from now.
Jesus. We've got enough content for, I think, a month. That's the most we keep on
for
footage.
5 years, even if I just put 3 grids every day, 5 years to 6 years, I can definitely keep on running.
How are you finding social media?
To be very honest, not very interesting.
Yeah.
Why? For many, it is, and in nowadays, it is a tool. But for me, a person like me, we have no time for social media.
So you don't even look at it to look at your competitors, or you don't even look at it
because
to look
I
at the
personally
designers?
feel for a creative genius, for a creative person, it's the idea that works behind. If I'm copying somebody, if I'm just trying to do a replica out of somebody, I'm not a very genuine or original person by myself. So, so I would like to create, and I would like to think, I would like to tax my brain what new I can come up with. Yes, references I do see from various other people, but I would like to create things on my own.
I mean, you use the word zeitgeist, so of course you're using references of what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Zeitgeist is the IP also, which I've created, called Zeitgeist Power Walk. Zeitgeist Power Walk, which is also an IP in India, which I run.
Fantastic.
Which is more about the top people of the country walking the ramp for a social cause, weaving two countries' bilateral relationship program, and that's what it is.
That's fantastic.
And tourism on board. So I have weaved that thing in such a way that it becomes difficult for other people to follow that and do the replica of that particular event.
Okay.
It's only me who do it. And you need a lot of network to do that.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because you brought a very key thing into it, where you're very worried of people stealing IPs and replicating existing concepts. Is that something you're facing a lot?
Of course, yes, a lot of people are replicating the IPs, but you have to have some, USP to your event, which nobody can catch it. And that's the network, which I personally feel. So a lot of people considering, this is a power walk event, we can also do it. We can also pull in like top people to walk the ramp. But the whole show has been weaved in such a way that they would like to understand which string from where to catch first. And when they actually give the proposal gets declined because they do not know from where they're coming from.
Of course.
So I know from which door to enter and what to pull and from where. And that's what I don't tell.
Hey.
And that's the reason I don't post much of my shows from which, and I never post my clients.
Okay. So it's very A to A, well, not B to B, but it's very A to A, C to C.
Yes.
Okay. Or B2C better. Best.
So
Okay.
most of the people would like to say, "Oh, I am doing a show with XYZ. There's my client in XYZ company," but I never post my clients
And is that what you want?
in the show. I just want, because they are premium ones.
Sure.
So other people looking at my social media side, they would try to approach them, and they may get into a wrong hands, or maybe a right hands. I really do not know. But then wrong people approach more than the right hands.
Of course. Of course.
So that's how it is.
And is that what you want to keep doing for the
Always, yeah, because I've got so much on the plate at the moment. So I'm, to be very honest, I'm in social media. I've not even got a single work. I've got the work all by myself from my own network.
So if I have Zara outside the store,
Yeah.
you would not be interested in working with them?
If Zara is going to approach me, I would definitely be.
Come right.
Definitely, I would like to, but then I would not like to kind of, of course, I do marketing myself, and I know what brand I need to market. So I go and approach themselves. Myself, but it's not that, and I have a beautiful compiled profile which I'm going to share it with you too.
Take your time.
Yes, and it has got everything about me, from where I'm coming from, what are the brands I've done, all my videos, all my pictures, but not on the social. It's just beautiful compiled profile. Wanted to check my videos. Definitely some of the people, those who have shot it and they have put it on their own, that's a different thing. But yes, but I don't post much on the social media.
No, my brother is exactly the same way. He's been running a marketing company for the past 30 years. He has no social media profiles, no website, no official phone numbers, nothing. And if you work with him, you work with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's very
and
specific.
Exactly. Like there are people who've got like 4 million followers. I only have hardly not even 1K. So when they approach me, when I said, we are looking forward to work with you. So that gives me a different kick altogether, because if you're going by followers and you don't have work, then it means the social media side is not that very important for a person like us to follow or to post or to keep going with that, you see?
Of course.
So I feel that I'm blessed that way, from the family, from the network, that I get the work by myself. And if I need to market some brand, then I personally go and market myself.
And do you prefer working with women or working with men?
Both of them.
Really? As a designer? I can't imagine.
As a designer, to be honest, it depends. Which side of inclination do you have? Are you more creative towards the women's side to design or the men's side? I think we can design both. And you need to know the technicalities. And yes.
Because I have some fashion friends, and they always tell me that, when you're designing for men, it's very box shape, right? And it has been like that for the past century. It's changing a little bit now, where they're introducing more dynamics.
Yes. But internationally, if you see, people are sticking to the classics. But there is a lot which we can do it for men in the fashion. Women definitely have got different tangent altogether. I mean, they're various and different aspect of designing outfits for women, but for men it's specific, but then still you can stylize it beautifully. The shirt remains shirt, the pant remains pant, but how you style is like totally different.
Sure. I mean, do you have a favorite fashion house at the moment?
Okay, so I like Ziad Nakar.
Okay.
I like Elisab.
Okay.
I like Zuhair Murad when it comes to women.
Okay.
And also Michael Sinko is into men and women both. Yeah, he's a Filipino designer based out of Dubai. His collections are wow. If you're talking about international, and of course Versace remains the classic one, and they have all the line. They've got Pret as well. They've got Couture 9 as well. So yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, but I have never heard of these people. I'll read it like I do.
Zuhair Murad is a celebrated designer all across the world.
Okay.
He's a Lebanese designer. He has his own showroom in Paris and Italy and everywhere. And if you just Google Zuhair Murad, is just like one of my celebrated designer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What do you like about his fashion design so much?
The detailing, the eye for detailing, and different patternings, and the kind of styles he creates. It's really niche, very sellable, yet very classic and elegant, and the kind of work he does. Zuhair Murad, if you can just Zuhair Murad, ZUHAIR MURAD, Zuhair Murad.
There you go. Oh, he
Yeah.
does wedding dresses too.
You can go to the YouTube, Zuhair Murad shows. Zuhair Murad show. 2022. Whatever videos, yeah.
It's very flowy.
Very flowy, yeah.
I'm more of a Balmain kind of guy.
Okay.
I like a couple of years ago they brought out a collection where it was very cowboy style with the hat and
So
I was like,
the garments are such kind of thing which goes very well with the personalities. So one has to really analyze the personality and and would go to opt accordingly. Anything and everything will not go with each and every personality. You know, every individual should first analyze the personality and then opt for what exactly they would like. Otherwise, they're gonna look
absolutely
weird.
Absolutely.
Absolutely weird.
Yeah. I mean, I find fashion incredibly interesting, and I'm happy that fashion has now kind of entered the Middle East and Asia world, and before it was always just centered around Paris, Milan, New York, and that's about it. You didn't really get anywhere out of the West. But now, luckily, you know, you're finding fashion designers like yourself, like this. I think he's from Lebanon, isn't he? Yeah. So it's fantastic.
That's what I say. It's from Lebanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So Zuhair Murad, Ziad Nakar, and Elisab, they are all three of them a very celebrated designer from Lebanon. Ziad is falling at third number after Zuhair and Elisab, but his creations are also fantastic. Very immaculate collections design. Beautiful.
And do you personally choose the model that you want to work with?
Of course I do. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, like for me, there are a lot of agencies, those who work with different kind of models, and they have got a different kind of ideas when they select their models. They select their models on the basis of the kind of product line they would like to showcase.
Okay.
You're getting my point.
Yeah.
So if you are really looking for diamond tears to be displayed on some body, you're looking forward for a black girl, you know. But preferably, if we are Indians, we need to sell that we are looking forward for a beautiful white skin. And diamond goes well with both the skins. So it's your own personal choice which one you would like to choose and pick. And for me, models are not somebody you say, okay, fine, I'm hiring and giving you a lineup of 4 or 5 professional models. Just have a look. I might not like anyone, or maybe I like all, or maybe I like just one. For me, model figures have got different aura. When they enter, you know that they are the models. They know how to carry themselves. They know how to talk. They know how to sit. Their body movements are totally different. And there where I go about it. It's just that I don't audition much.
Interesting. Okay, so you see them by the corner of the eye, and that's
Yes.
kind
The
of
moment they're
get that
entering
vibe.
in, I just overview the entire thing. Okay, fine. She or he is in. I need not to interview that particular person much, considering that, oh, fine, tell me which designer show have you done, how many shows have you done, where have you done, with whom have you done. It doesn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, I have to showcase my brand on that particular model. If that particular model is good enough to carry my brand on the stage, it's just in. Yes, we do take some professional top names, because that's for the
marketing side of
marketing
it.
side
Yeah,
of
that
it,
sells.
and for the the media and the paparazzis and all
Sure,
that. Yeah.
of course. Well, I find it interesting because I'd imagine that the hardest thing you can find in a model is both, you know, that they fit the atwa, the size that you envision it, right? And the second thing is the walk, right?
Which is very important.
Which is also very hard to find.
Because, you know, if the model is not feeling the hand of the fabric or the design what she's wearing in, it means the model is not professional at all. And the body, the body of the garment pushes you to the posture. If you're wearing a tight jeans, your posture is totally different. If you're wearing a kurta or an easy fall or a kandura, what you see it in Arabic countries, your walk is totally different. If you're going to a beach and wearing just like G-string, your posture is totally different.
Of course.
So the hand of the garment, what you're wearing, just pushes you to the posture.
How often do you have to do pre-shows and training in order to get the kind of energy and vibe that you want on the show?
So there's a lot which goes behind.
Of course.
When we do a show, we need to select the right lineup of models, which is very important. Then we
By the way,
switched-
how hard is that visa? I can't imagine having like 15 or 10 people traveling with you in one go through airports and trains and buses. That must be a
it's easy, but
nightmare.
yeah, it's not a nightmare. I mean, like we are used to. I have traveled 37 countries. For this group was not the one I have coordinated.
Yeah.
To be
Enough
honest.
said.
Yeah. So somebody else is coordinated because the kind of models which I work with is just like totally different kinds. Whereas, but it's a everyday job for us. It's just like feeding your own babies, and you need to take care of it. And we know the pros and cons at the airports. We know what happens while traveling, how to clear out things. If somebody is stuck with the visas or barcodes or the money issues or at the airport or customs or whatsoever, how to get rid of it. We are pro in that.
Do you have to deal with a lot of bad behavior on the model side? Or they're very usually...
If somebody comes up, somebody like that, I'm the one to take up.
Yeah.
I can't take up anybody's tantrums, So I know exactly I have to do.
Tantrums, at least they show up, but some of them go partying and then they show laid up on the event. Which
Okay.
I've faced with
Even I
friends.
have faced, and in that very way, they are the losers, not me, because I have an option. They don't have an options. Most of the models, they look out for a work and they're not getting the right place, the right segment of work, the right positioning of themselves. And if you are getting one, please behave yourself. Okay, and if you're not doing that thing, then you are not the one I'm looking at, to be honest.
Because I know a lot of them like to powder their nose and they just
Do whatever after the show. It's
Yeah.
okay with me. I don't even care. You go F around, to be honest.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but
you're on the
during
clock.
show time. Yeah, exactly. 3 hours is very important. Just concentrate and just be there. I don't allow any mobile phones, nothing. I just collect it, because most of the people, they keep chit-chatting. And
I'm with you on that.
even the girls and boys, I mean, they meet. Sometimes, like I take few girls, sometimes take new boys, sometimes take new girls, new boys. And they get to know, oh my God, they're like the ones we would go and sleep around with in the night, which also happens in the fashion industry. That's all fair with me, to be honest, but not during the time when they're actually doing and practicing and being in the show.
Is there a lot of guys backstage in those setups? I'd imagine it would be mostly girls in the like back end. Makeup artists are probably the girls.
Makeup artists are there. The backstage team is there, who are important aspect of the fashion shows, because they are the one who actually try out the dresses quickly, make them wear footwear, change the jewelry.
Exactly.
And the stylist also. So there's always a mayhem in the green room, but it doesn't show up on the stage to the people who are coming and watching the show, because
of course.
that way everything is professional in fashion.
Would you like to one day do like one of those crazy events? I think Chanel had a flower room once where they'd done an entire fashion show almost in flower. Can you look that up, Akashi?
We just saw one of the shows. I don't know. I'm not remembering the designer. I think.
Flower show. Yeah, flower.
And
tech.
then it rained, and all the models were just hailing. Actually,
Oh God.
it was hailing, and the models were enjoying that. And then the designer has to push all the models, just walk quickly and just fast forward and get back to the green room because my dresses are getting
Yeah.
spoiled.
Ruined. I said Chanel, and I don't know what you typed in, buddy.
Flower show, Chanel, the brand.
You put Channel. Can I get a cigarette and an ashtray as well, please? Would you like anything to drink, sir?
No, thank you so very much.
sure?
It's okay, 100%.
We've got whiskey, we've got gin,
It's just perfectly all right.
we've got coffee, we can
Maybe later. Maybe later after 10, 15 minutes, but not at the moment. Okay.
You still a little nervous, or are you feeling a little
I'm
bit
not
more
feeling
relaxed?
nervous at all. No. I'm never nervous. Never ever.
So,
Never ever. I may be quiet and gentle, but never ever.
thank you, sir. Thank you. We can smoke, you can do whatever you want here. I don't care.
So, yeah. I enjoy fashion because that's something which runs in my mind, my body, my soul, my blood, everything.
Where did this start?
Okay. So,
This question you get asked, I imagine, a lot.
I exactly do not know when I actually checked my flair of being a fashion designer, but I think it was just from the beginning. And if it is all there, it is there. You see, maybe at 5 years of age or 8 years of age or 10 years of age, you started looking at colors, you started looking at different patterns, you started looking at some creative aspect of thing. Oh, turn this thing to this way, turn that into that way. It's going to look this way nice, you're going to look that way nice. And that, at the end of the day, culminates to something which you are really looking at. You're getting my point? So
Okay.
it starts from the beginning and it shapes up somewhere.
Okay.
It gets shuffled again, and then the final product comes out. So by the time you realize that, this is what you really wanted to do, by that time you have already seen, been, and then you are there.
I hear you, but you can't just go into the fashion industry knowing nothing, right? I mean, it takes years to learn how stitching
100%.
works, how cutting happens.
It's very technical, but most of the designers I have seen, they're not even technical, but they just want to run a rat race, and they just wanted to be there just because they feel that that's the only way to get into the limelight and get paparazzis, which I personally feel that in the long run they end.
Yeah, I don't think
because they have not been able to create something which is very worthwhile and very creative, but all the time they've been using the same techniques, the same look, the same thing, and fashion doesn't work that way. You have to have ideas, you have to have the inspirations, and you have to have the look, what you would like to cater to the market where people creates, your designs are the one which is going to create an urge among people to come buy and wear them,
And what do you think about the whole epocha of fast fashion?
Come again?
Whole epocha of fast fashion. Epocha meaning the whole uprise of fast fashion, wearing something once or twice.
So
Throwing it away.
basically all format of fashions are available.
Yeah.
Some just wanted to be couture, complete couture, be very stiff, wearing it out and just nutty. Some people just wanted to pick up, wear, throw something new, they pick up. So fashion is something which is there in all aspect of people, places. It also has to do with your background, also your upbringing as well. You see what I mean? Even then, there is no set parameter that even the upbringing is a small or a higher where you fall. Maybe you are from a very lean family, but then you turn out to be a great designer just because you have the flair from the beginning. But
Coco Chanel said something like that, right? The opposite of what was it? The opposite of vulgarity. Yeah, what was it? Is not. Can you look it up? Coco Chanel, the opposite of what?
So there's a lot of stories which goes with fashion designers. But at the end of the day, people appreciate them and they're there in the market. They are the brands. That's what is all needed. And they're minting money. And most of the designers have fallen flat and have ruined their careers. They've gone bankrupt.
Some people think a luxury is the opposite of poverty. It is not. It's the opposite of vulgarity. That's very Coco.
I know. That's Coco. Of course, Coco comes up with some kind of statement which is like the statement. Which is the statement always.
Oh my God. I got to meet once. I forgot what was the black My Little Black Jacket from Chanel. Karl Lagerfeld. I got to meet him
Karl Lagerfeld, yeah.
once. Very very strange man.
Yeah. He's got this brand is also by Karl Lagerfeld, Fendi. Yeah. So he has got 3 ranges of designs, and which is one pret-a-porter design, one is couture line, and yeah. But it's been also a very celebrated.
He's like you, by the way. He doesn't like mobile phones at all.
I don't like it, to be very honest, because if you're too much into mobiles, you will not be able to think much.
He just uses iPods, like the old ones, and he's got like a whole shelf full of just iPods.
Yeah,
he just picks
You know
some
what
random.
happens? What I'm sure that you're going to relate with me. You'll resonate with me on this particular aspect. That more you see inspiration, more you are disturbed. Because then you try to mix up things. Oh, that was also nice. I think this was also nice. Oh, I saw yesterday was very nice. So you would not know what inspiration to use. Inspiration is something which comes automatically and all of a sudden. I'm just walking by. Oh my God! Look at this print. My God, natural print. look at this butterfly. The print on the butterfly is so beautiful.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Okay, I kind of get you.
So just try to catch that butterfly, click a high resolution picture, try to develop a slide, try to print it on the fabric, and that's what the inspiration is called. It's just not picking up the textile, cutting it up, and stitching it. Is no inspiration. And if anybody and everybody is doing that.
So do you see India returning into more traditional fashion with saris, or do you see it?
So now, if you talk about India, being an Indian, I would say that they're not never going to leave their traditional bit of it because that's where they're selling more. And all across the world now, the fashion globally is looking at India. We have got too much of celebrated designers now, and they're all famous world across. And the team has been picked up very meticulously. They are all trained professionals. They're very technical people. Those are working under top designers. And yes, but one part is there that they don't leave their Indianness part.
Okay.
That is definitely incorporated. No matter you design universal garment, which goes well with the Arabic market also, or to the Asian market as well, and to the Indian market as well. So they're designing something which gels well with all the market, because there where you sell fashion. If you're only selling it to India, India is also a huge market. Even if they're really selling it to India and then your garments are outstanding, you are still there, surviving. But if you're looking forward for an international name, you need to incorporate something which goes universal.
Okay.
So less designers are there. Those who create and those who inspire. And those who take the inspiration from various things. But most of the designers are just copycat. Most of the designers are just kind of picking up outfits and designs from other designers. And there are a mix and match. So if you go to their store, you'll find all labels in their name.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
In their name. And then there where the top designers comes up and they claim, they sue, no, why have you used my design? Excuse me, this is my design. And there where there is no set parameters by any governmental organization to set up, because you design every day. How many licenses you're going to take it on per garment, you see? So
you can't copyright design. You can only copyright material. At least in the US. I know that for certain, because that's why these like brands
probably,
can
but
copy each other.
designs you cannot. I mean, like if I'm wearing this, and if Fendi is written, and if I'll just make a little full stop here, the design changes.
Sure, absolutely.
So out of the whole design, which looks exactly the same by other designer, the replica, and you use one or two elements out of that outfit, the design is not considered to be the same design.
What you're talking about is exactly there's a branding appeal to it. What you're mentioning on, and that's what happened with Louis Vuitton. The red bottom heels, they trademarked that as part of their brand. And for years they've been in court battles, and some judges have ruled in favor. And then as soon as it's been ruled in favor, others will sue them to get that overturned again.
Exactly. So there's a lot of rigmarole into that particular thing. And there is no set pattern for that thing. No parameters where a person can just really sue or claim that this design is my design. What you can only do is, if you have a good network and if you're coming up with a collection, showcase the collection as early as possible. Wind up with SKUs. SKUs means like number of pieces.
Sure.
Take an order, sell it, make money, get back to another collection. By the time they will get back to your collection, you're sold out.
You're very moved
then
on to the next
do
one.
replicas and do whatever. I mean, nobody bothers. And how many designers you can copy? You cannot. So you remain a businessman, but not the brand. There's a difference between selling the outfits and becoming the brand.
Of course.
You can make money, but you can't become the brand, because the brand, a lot of aspects are required.
And do you feel like the future for you is to be more like Finelli or Canelli and this high end brand where they only sell a certain amount of pieces?
So as a designer, we have recently started our sampling unit, and we are going to design something which is going to be for middle class market.
Okay.
premium sellable designers, sellable designs. You see what I mean?
And you're going to work as a collective where you get like a few different fashion designers in and do these pieces?
No, we are a fashion house ourselves.
Selves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we will design ourselves via our inspiration. We are going to keep the prospectus ready. We will shoot it. We will showcase it at different places. We'll do pop-up shows. We get the orders and we will place the orders. We'll produce it. We'll make money out of it. That's how it goes. But in case if you're going to keep other designers, then you become a fashion house, not a fashion brand.
Sure. Well, this is another question I wanted to ask you is, for the longest time, fashion has been around comfort wear. And do you see that now changing slowly, or do you think the comfort wear?
So fashion is a circle. It keeps coming. It keeps coming. If today's comfort, tomorrow is pretty tight and quite la-di-da affair. Then it comes to comfort again. So, but with different people, with different segment of societies, it goes this way. Nothing is stagnant. That, okay, fine, this season you have this. Initially, it used to be because the fashion it starts from Milan.
Sure.
And they are the one who forecast fashion.
Sure.
When it comes to coloring, the kind of texture you would like to use it.
What's in season, basically.
What's in season. But that's for the commercial market, not for the couture designers.
Of course.
So if you see Zara collection, you'll find the same color options everywhere all across the world.
H&M and all that stuff.
But that's the color of the season for them. But with the couture line, it's all customized. You say, I don't like the color what Zara is selling. I need this color. So as a designer, couture designer, you say, okay, fine, select out of my collection. What color do you want? I'm going to get it made out of your size.
Okay, of course.
So couture line is totally different, but it's high range and you make your money there. But you have a limited clientele there. But people are making more money in retailing. Like you have Zara, Bershka, CA, Peek and Kloppenburg, and so all this. Yeah.
What's your opinion on what's happening with what is it? Who did Danny? Who did Kanye West work with? No, the other one. Gap. Do you think Gap is dead, or do you think it's going to come back again? Yeah. It's a weird brand.
Breathing.
It's barely. I feel like there's barely a pulse left in that brand. But they used to be.
A lot of the brands are kind of, going down the drains now because they're not selling because of the fact that people have taken their hands off from the joint ventures where people have pumped in money. And it has happened with many other couture designers also. Initially, they were doing good. People have pulled when things were not selling during COVID times or bad time. They've pulled out their money. They've crashed down. They were looking forward for some other investors, and then they pumped in the money again, and they've come up again. So it's very difficult also for a brand to retain throughout. If you are surviving on people's money. Sometimes you have to be very cautious at whose money you're using.
Of course.
Because people invest money and then they dictate. And the creative people, they don't take dictations.
Of course.
So initially they feel, okay, fine, taking money from that particular person, they can give a little pump up to their creative genius, but then at the end they realize, oh my God, that was a disaster they have done. And then there where the fight happens. You have seen a lot of movies on the Netflix like this. The top designers, they're looking forward for some investor, they've pumped in money, and then the investor was trying to take over the entire thing. The designer was disturbed and they've pulled out hands and I don't know what not.
Hey, it happens in our video world more than you can believe. I mean, the notes that producers tell us, hey, you know what, this and this and this, where you're fucked.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
If you're lucky, realistically, you're lucky if you get about 40 to 30% of your vision on camera.
Exactly. I totally agree.
The
and
rest
at the same time, gone are the times because now after the social media have been into a real picture everywhere and it has become the tool, things have also become worse for many.
Really? Because they just show them, why don't you just do this? This looks good. Do this.
But then they don't realize the fact that I was there. Okay, fine. I was here only. I was talking to some lady called Christina from Germany, and she's into cakes and chocolates and whatever. And this Pinterest, it looks exciting, but then you don't get the same thing. If I come up with you to say, can you design this cake?
Yeah.
And I'm into handmade cakes. Exactly, I can't give you. I can give you nearby, but I can't give you the exact thing because that looks good on the Pinterest. But
What happens when you have it in front of you in a 3-dimensional space?
yeah, because you're showing me this cake and the kind of fruits which has been garnished on the top of it. These are not the seasonal fruits. You won't get it here right now in this season. You're showing me last year's video of this cake which you are looking at. Even the flower decoration is also the same thing.
But that's the difficult part, right? I mean, you have to find an investor who's able to offer trust on you, and even if things don't work out, doesn't immediately pull out and
But
has a
you
little
need
fake.
to also connect with people, those who can pump in money, and it doesn't matter to them if something goes wrong, but there are only few.
Sure, yeah, that's hard to find.
Very few. It doesn't matter. Okay, fine. Didn't work out. You're a nice person. I like you. It's okay. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Well, that's you reflect something that happened with Alexander McQueen. His first sponsor was his biggest fan and helped him enormously to get into the world, get him the cash necessary. And I think
Off lately, the collection is sad.
Yeah.
Off lately.
Yeah.
The kind of collection what McKinney used to design was fantastic, but off lately I've seen the collection which is not actually good at all.
I mean, as a brand, it's dead.
Yeah. It's not picking up well now.
It's not innovative. It's
It's just the name which is definitely there.
of course. But how long will that name survive, though?
And now those names can only be utilized on the magazines in some kind of editorials, but not as a business brand. You see, if somebody else wanted to pump in money, they'll think 100 times.
Well, show me what's going on with Alexander McQueen at the moment, Akashi. Show me what's happening with them. Is Alexander McQueen particularly popular in India?
No, not really.
Really?
I mean, I have not seen any showroom of Alexander McQueen in India so far.
I've seen
We
it.
have Christian Dior, we have got
Images.
Armani, Kinali, we have got Bottega Veneta.
Runway. Type in runway 2022, whatever. See what they've been doing.
Runway.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. What's been happening?
Very sad collection. What's that? Who's gonna wear that?
Okay.
Who is going to
It's
wear
very
that?
boring. That's very boring. Next. Even the people on the phone, can you tell? They're even the people who are attending are bored.
This is wearable. This is okay, but very basic. Who's gonna wear this? This is a high-end red carpet piece, like a Cannes Gala, Met Gala. So I tell you, these designers, they design few of the outfits, which is just to display the creative genius, not exactly for selling purposes.
I'm with you. That's what haute couture is.
Yeah.
It's all about just making something that is meant to stop you from like.
This is the color for the season. This is the fabric for the season, and you have designed something weird. Don't buy it, but just see that I can design something enormous.
Well, what do you think from? I think this is maybe, to me at least, the greatest haute couture on the planet. It's called Black Tape Project. Can you look that up, Akashi? This is, to me, it doesn't get more haute couture than this. Black Tape Project. And then go in images. It doesn't get more haute
Very
couture.
fetish.
Fetish completely, and it's completely one like. I mean, this is not wearable. You cannot wear this outside.
cannot.
Maybe on a beach, but not a private beach
But
only.
as I said, that fashion is for everything. a lot of people they would like to buy this kind of an outfit. It's a showcasing basically.
Sure.
But these kind of garments are also available in Germany, in Hamburg, in Amsterdam, where you have sex toys, where you have.
But how is that possible? Because you have to like look at the guy. You have to
Which
like
one?
like this is literally tape that they put on in a human body.
Yeah, so basically they're trying out with tape, but when it comes out in a garment format,
Yeah.
they use all the strings and the G strings and the laces and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
suspenders
yeah,
to make
yeah.
it look. He has created it with the tape.
Yes.
He has created it with the tape.
Yes.
But these are basically the outfit which is also can be converted into a garment.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Got it?
I hear you.
And can be sold out onto a sex shops.
Okay.
To create more urges, and when people are intimated with each other, they wear these kind of outfits to go for a longer kinky sex.
Oh,
And, yeah.
okay. Well, I mean,
And
you
these
know
kind
more
of
about.
garments are sold out completely in all the sex shops in Amsterdam. I've seen that.
Really?
Yes,
They're
yeah,
they're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
well.
So, but they're doing the showcasing, and what are the clientele which is coming in? That's a different question mark altogether.
Of course, yeah.
And this is very creative, to be very honest.
I
I mean,
mean-
for me as a designer, it's very creative. But what exactly is trying to do with these designs, with the people, showcasing it on the runway, this is something which is, I need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or maybe he has that kind of dealers or the buyers for their sex shops.
Maybe.
From all across.
Okay, go on all, and then let's see their website. Let's see what.
And striptease shows, these kind of garments only go. Striptease.
But it makes me wonder how I mean they sell. Okay, I don't understand how they sell that as a product. Who's buying it?
No,
How are they making money?
They don't sell it as a product. These outfits are very premium and very.
They sell tape.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine. Yes, you have. Yeah.
Okay, well that's their garments. It's just tape.
And these are very expensive outfits. You know that? Very expensive.
I'd imagine so.
So there are designers, those who are not looking forward to sell much. One or two pieces, they sold on a good race, they earn money, they switch on to something else. So these are the outfits which they utilize it in Bangkok, Pattaya, Hamburg, Amsterdam, Paris, at all these Lidos, and you have Monte Carlos.
That's more that kind of
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Well, like I said, to me, it doesn't get more haute couture than that. To me, because this is there's no way. There's no way you.
It is very fetish and very pornish also. It's basically meant for specific reasons.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah. I mean, clearly.
Like Victoria's Secret.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Nobody walks the ramp or the streets or anywhere in the party with those kind of lingeries. Those lingeries are meant to create urge when two bodies are on bed.
But do you not feel like at one point in the early 2000s, it was like aspirational for a model to be an angel? Do you remember this?
Yes, and if you see most of the Victoria's Secret shows, he tries to have wings and stuff like that,
Right.
to make it look like that. But at the end of the day, it's a bad thing. More lacy, more thin the lingerie is, but it needs to be worn by the right people.
Can you type in Fashion Nova? This is I think one of the biggest fashion houses at the moment.
But there is no comparison when it comes to lingeries with Victoria's Secret.
No, of course.
And there's another brand called La Perla.
I've never heard of La Pola.
La Perla.
That's
That's
the link.
also an international brand. And I have also done a showcasing for 1111. Level 11.
Yeah, I know 1111. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
from Italy itself.
Yeah.
So I have done the showcasing with all the top models in India. Yeah. But in India, we had to pay triple the time amount of money to showcase that, because the Indian models were like, we have to really check the body parts. It's not black. It's not tinted. It's not.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. Go on their website, Akeshi. Go back. And it's right there. It's Fashion Nova, right there. One down, there. There you go, Lou. It's very fast fashion, and I think
It's all basics.
I don't know if I would call it basics. I don't know what I would call it, to be honest with you.
What is the design? Oh, okay, like these.
I don't know. Is this basic? What would
No,
you
this is not
describe
basic.
it?
Basics are basically initials in like lingeries,
Okay.
the boxer shorts, the bras, the G-strings.
Okay.
Those are like, yeah.
So what would you call this then?
No, these are all commercial wears.
Commercial
like,
wears.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're very aggressive pricing wise.
Yeah. And it's nice daily wear and commercial wear. These are all commercial wear. Yeah.
I mean, I think the Fashion Nova got famous, and I might be wrong
So
here.
basically, they're selling anything and everything. To be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
go up to the top,
Yeah.
Danny. Just type in, I don't
So
know.
it is just like
trending. Right there.
It's a commercial brand. They're selling everything. They don't have. They have nothing to do with too much of coordination of coloring and styles and everything.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So they design one and then 1,000 pieces.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, they've been very aggressive. They've done an incredible amount of volume, right? Because they sell it at so cheap of a price. I mean, they sell sometimes stuff at like $5 or $10, and they just like go out.
Really?
I mean, look right here, the pricing, $20. My God.
But
$12.
sometimes when you actually go and buy these, you won't find these prices, to be very honest.
That's the whole point of their brand.
Yeah.
They just focus on high volume,
Yeah.
and you wear it once or twice.
And then the quality you won't find it. Just like it seems exciting here, but the quality of the whole design is not that very interesting, to be very honest. It may rip off soon.
Yeah. I mean, they change their line literally every
And
week.
even if they wear for 2 times, it's just okay. They have kind of recovered the amount of money they've invested in.
They go out.
So it's just like that.
Type in sale. Let's see what's the cheapest of the cheap if we go on sale. Ooh, under $5. Jesus. Jesus. What do you got under $5?
So fashion is a very interesting platform.
What do you think I had you on? Because I'm so interested in it. I'm interested in you, and I'm interested in fashion. That's $2.
Oh, okay. Basic, very basic.
I agree. My God.
And to be very honest, even if it's $2, this is not the fresh pieces. These are surplus. All surplus.
It's I don't understand how they can.
We have markets in Delhi like Mangolpuri, and we have also like Nathu Chowks and all that. We sell these kind of products.
I think it's
the surplus.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like these stuff is under $1. 98 cents. Gee, this is
Yeah.
this is crazy to me.
But the best is this. Out of this, you can actually get some styles. But you need to do a lot of surfing and scrolling to see, oh, this is nice. I need to pick up this.
But I don't think what you're getting on the shipping is the same that you're seeing on the model. I don't think it's cut to like the same level.
Basically when you go, then you will find that you can't cart it. And it's not available. Or if it is available in different color, which you might not like it. So it happens. Online is this shit what happens.
Oh, that's the first LGBT model I've seen.
Which one?
There on the left.
Oh, yes.
That is a dude. That has to be a guy.
Nice.
It's good for them. Can you open it?
Quite nice.
Good for them.
And they are like, did you see this show called RuPaul?
Yes. RuPaul.
This guy has made a lot of money. My God.
But I think he's not tranny. He's not a transvestite, is he? He's a cross-dresser.
Yes, he's a cross-dresser. Exactly. Not a transvestite.
Yeah. Because
Cross-dresser.
those two things are very different things.
And a lot of people are confused out of that. What is this?
Yeah.
And people say, you're gay.
Do you find cross-dressers here in Bahrain?
Yeah, here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look surprised.
I've not seen so far.
Well, you're not going to see it in public.
But in Dubai, I've seen many.
In Dubai on the street?
No
way.
Yes, there are.
Really? On the street?
Yes,
That's
yes.
pretty brave.
Yes. Even in the parlors and everything, you find all those Filipinos and stuff.
Yeah.
There are. And now it has become pretty liberal. Even in Bahrain also, I think one week. Oh, yes.
I told you to go to the
in
place
the
to...
Tawny and Guy.
Yeah.
There are 1 or 2 people. Those are like totally, yeah.
I told you to go to Torino, didn't I?
But I did not go.
That's the place where you're going to find a lot of that.
Okay.
That's
That's the place.
The
according
place.
to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. But this time I was really occupied with meetings and stuff. Yeah.
You should check it out. It's a good place. What else did I wanted to bring up? We talked about Fashion Nova. We talked about your own designs. We talked about your future. We talked a little bit about India. Do you think that India, right?
The negative side of fashion when it comes to models. You didn't ask that.
Sure. Well, we mentioned a little bit that they like to powder their nose and they don't like to show up. They're late.
Yeah, there is. But more than that, there is a negative side to this industry. Most of the people, they don't want to discuss that, but it
Let's hear
is
it.
what it is existing. It's
human
all
trafficking?
about the casting couches, Though
Okay.
people talk about it, but how it goes and how people turn them to bed and what are the temptation they throw on the models in order to be there, and they don't fulfill it, and then model goes into a different kind of frustration and whatnot.
But who's doing the casting couches? Because most of the designers, I imagine, are not really too interested in women, to put it blatantly.
So yeah. So casting couches are done by various people.
Okay.
So it's not a specific set of person. Maybe a designer or a choreographer or a show director.
Are there a
or
lot of straight designers?
Or coordinating companies. Huh?
Are there a lot of straight designers in India?
There's
not a lot of straight designers in the West.
They are.
Really?
Yeah. We have a lot of street designers also.
Okay.
And when it comes to ladies, of course, the ladies are ladies. They are straight ladies. But in men, there are straight men designers also at the same time. But most of them are like both side. And they would like to pick and choose the models according to their own wish and fancy. Women fancies, There where sometimes the professionalism is torn apart. They say XYZ guy is handsome, doesn't know how to walk, doesn't matter, but he gives him all the release on the bed. He's there in my show. That's what the designers are, not only in India, all across the globe.
I think that's human. I think that's a human condition rather than anything else.
Yeah, getting
right?
a point. So there where I feel that the professionalism is not there. Even if you wanted to sleep with somebody, I think it is okay. But then at the same time, see that your brand is not being hampered. So there where you have to make a pick and choose, tell categorically that, okay, fine, you are nice. I like you. I would like to go and sleep with you. But then at the same time, I cannot put you into a show because that's going to hamper my brand. But the guy says, when I'm utilizing myself, then I need to be there. And there where the designers and the coordinators, they make false promises. Okay, fine, you are there. And then during the show day, this dress is not fitting you. I'm sorry, darling.
Yeah. Come back next time.
Come back next time. And then the frustration level goes high. Yes. A lot of people, they don't discuss this thing, but I'm a different species altogether. I don't mind discussing anything because it doesn't matter to me.
Well, we had this on the conversation with a girl called Pavleen. She's an Indian actress.
She's a very dear friend of mine.
Exactly. And
She came last time for anchoring the show, the social media awards.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We
She was into this movie called Gehraiyan.
We talked exactly the same issue, and I said, "What about the casting couch?" And she said to me, "Listen, it's up to you whether or not you go into that world. That's number one, and number two, it's not like you don't know what's going on, right?
Everybody knows it.
So
everyone knows it.
So these girls, like, she was very upset, like girls coming out and saying, like,
So most of the girls, no, I don't do this. I don't do that. Everybody knows what's happening.
exactly, or saying,
But everybody has a different eye to look at person, whether I'm going to get something out of this from somewhere or not. And then they mold accordingly.
well, she mentioned it herself. She said, like, all these girls who come out and said they got a rough deal, girl, you knew what you were going into. You were going into a hotel. I mean, Who's gonna
Somebody's
believe
calling
you?
at 11 o'clock in the night to have a party and we'll discuss business.
Exactly.
You know what's going to happen at the end of the day after having 2 drinks down your
Exactly.
throat.
Exactly. So she was very upset with these girls who were coming out and saying like, oh, blah blah blah.
Yeah, she's a very dear friend, very, very. She really wanted to do this fashion show also, what we are planning in February, like a grand show.
Oh, wonderful.
But she's nice, but to be very honest, I would like to have more classy anchor. Yeah, so I'm trying to get somebody like,
Someone
Anusha
older?
Dandekar.
Okay.
You know Anusha Dandekar?
I have no
She's
idea who that
MTV anchor. She was MTV
Okay.
anchor and very nice. And she's a celebrity too. Everybody knows her. For Pavleen, not everybody knows her, but she's a nice girl altogether. She has walked around for me in 2009.
Akash has a crush on her.
Really? You have a crush on her?
We
You've got better girls in India, man.
were driving her back to the hotel, and he was like a little child sitting in the back.
Oh my god! Oh
Being
my
like,
god!
oh, I really like the movies.
He's just exaggerating.
And she was like, oh, do you like old movies as well? I really like the
I
old
know.
movies. It was so, I rolled my eyes so hard at you.
Anybody who gets into the anchoring business now, they become smart automatically. But then, if you actually see, there is a oomph which is missing out of her. You understand what I mean? She may be tall, she may be good looking, she may wear good outfits, nice wardrobe, nice
Charisma,
clothes,
you're
right?
saying.
There is something which is missing out of her.
The wow thing.
I don't say that I'm complete, but then I know that I'm into fashion. I'm a show director, and I exactly know what I wanted out of my team.
So in a perfect world, who would you like to have
In terms of,
to present the show?
okay, so I have few names in my mind.
In a perfect world. In a perfect world, if you could have anyone you wanted, who would it
So
be?
there is nobody who's perfect, to be very honest. Pavleen is a fantastic girl. She does beautiful anchoring, but when it comes to anchoring, I have a different set of belief in my mind, especially the elocution. I have a different set of thinking when it comes to elocution, presentation, speech, modulation, everything. And I hate when anchor uses the same phrases and words again and again. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have, and the ladies and gentlemen, we have this, and the ladies and gentlemen, so a round of applause and everything.
Yeah,
I think
I remember.
one should be ready with various synonyms
Just to keep things fresh.
just to keep things fresh. You need to go deep down to the thesaurus.
Were you there in that event, by the way? In the, what was it called? Social Media Awards?
I was there.
Don't you think it was too long?
It was too boring.
Right, thank you.
It was a horrible show put together.
Thank you.
And I said, I'm going to run my show only for 45 minutes and that's it.
I think that show...
And there should not be any flaws in between. I will only start the show when the seats are full.
Well, I think that show was, what, 6 hours?
My
Was
God,
it
I do
6
not
hours
know.
now?
I was waiting for the food to happen, to be very honest. I just went upstairs.
Yeah.
I said, where is the food, man? I was starving, so...
We were sitting in the bar.
Huh?
We were sitting in the bar.
Where? Which side?
So if you showed up in the event, right, there's like a secret passage that takes you to the hotel.
Oh, okay. From the left-hand side?
Yeah, it's from the front door to the left. It goes
Okay.
underneath.
Okay.
And so we just sat in the bar, and every 2 hours we'd go and
My
check
head
what's
was
happening.
aching. I mean, throughout, and I said, I basically wanted to attend the event. I wanted to see how is the operation in Bahrain, and I found that it's not technical at all.
That's a nice way of putting it.
So I
Mismanaged is another word.
And I'm very skeptical. I mean, right now also when it comes to the light operation, because that's what I'm meeting up a couple of people, trying to fix up my own show with the people available here. So I'm going to get my light and sound operator from India. I just need the good setup of lights.
Danny, do you know anyone?
Yeah, I'll get in touch with Mr. Vinay.
There is somebody called Lawrence who is there. There is somebody called Jacqueline Fernandez's father who does it. but they're way expensive. But I think given a good deal and given a good show, they may reduce the prices, but I have no time right now. But I think I may come back again after 15, 20 days to have a vigorous and aggressive meeting with 4, 5, 6, 7 sponsors, which is going to be timed up accordingly, and quickly line up things. Yeah, I think I need to make 1 or 2 more visits before the show happens. Yeah.
I think you're going to find that Bahrain does not move the same level or speed that in India. And I think that your assumption...
But there has to be somebody who has to create a revolution here. I'm not saying I'm the one, but somebody I think comes from outside, take the whole deal aggressively. Because yesterday, when I went to one of the parties, most of the top people were there. And I think the whole show can be done with those people. Somebody has got a 5-star hotel. Somebody is the owner of GM of Nissan. Somebody is somebody. But it's all loose.
Sure.
So somebody needs to catch hold of it and pull it on the table.
I hear where you're coming from, but don't forget that you're not working with those the top. You're working with their staff, right? Because there's those people who are doing it, and those staff are not going to be on the ball. That's the problem.
I know. No, but I am a go-getter, to be honest.
I love the attitude. I'm just warning you.
Yeah. So I'm a go-getter, and I'm going to put this show in a best way, because Didi said, Hina Didi said that, and she's a lovely lady altogether. She just said that, this way it's not going to work out. I said, just let me try out my hands, And today the deal which we have cracked was, she said, it's not possible at all. So I said, you need to teach me today before I take a flight to some amazing lifestyle restaurant. I'm going to tell you what I've done today.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah. But I mean, so you're just looking for what? Just lights, or what else are you looking for? Give me a breakdown.
Light and sound. Which is definitely your
biggest hurdle.
Yeah, looking for. And also the guy who can do a very clean furniture finish stage setup.
A what? Sorry?
Furniture finish stage setup.
Oh, furnished stage setup.
Yeah. Like a furniture finish.
Furniture finished. Okay. Danny, you know people for lights and sound, right?
Yeah.
And for
beautiful
stage furniture?
One. A technical light and sound, which is only and specifically done at the fashion shows.
And how do you want the fashion show? You want it as a traditional set where
okay, so have you seen the
like a runway?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a runway.
Have you seen the lawns at the Gulf Fair?
Of course.
The outside lawns.
Yeah.
So you have 2 levels, and then you have got the garden where you have the round table set up. So we would like to do the show there. So accordingly, I'm gonna design the whole stage setup. My creative guy Jackson, he's not here. I'm very unhappy to see the entire thing at the like how it functions here. But he will give the design layout to the concerned person who's going to do the setup. So in case if you can just help me out with that, it's going to be great.
I'll definitely get back to you. I think, what do you think, Danny? I'm thinking that maybe for the stage setup, it might be easier to contact some companies in Dubai and just bring in the stage from Dubai, because I don't think domestically you'll find anything. Yeah.
But it should not be very expensive. That also I have to see.
Of course. The cheaper the better. That's that's the rule of the world.
No, but I personally feel if we go too cheap, then the quality will definitely hamper. But I'm looking at a feasible price with a nice quality work. That's what I always opt for.
And you said you're selling these tickets for the event, no? Are you selling or invite only for the tickets?
Only invites.
Only invites. Okay.
Table selling is definitely going to be there, which is going to be done by the Saya group itself, and they are actually aiming for high-end premium clientele to be coming on board, because of course the show is going to be a great show, so we are just not going to be inviting anybody and everybody. Yeah.
And you've got already the models locked in, or you haven't gotten the models either?
We're flying down all the models from India. So we are a team of 40 people coming from India.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of management. And what about the models we just saw at the last event? Those 7, are you going to bring those back in, or are you dead?
Sad.
So that was one and done.
I have not done the shows with such models. They were nice as a person, but there is a lot more which I look at. Can you just go to
they were very
the
simple.
Mrs. Cosmos India thing of mine? Mrs. Cosmos.
Mrs.
India.
Cosmos.
And also I need to know the timing, because there is one meeting at 3 at Moda Mall.
All right, perfect. We have about 5 more minutes to wrap it up, and we'll drop you off in Moda Mall right now.
So this one. So just go to the video section of it. The video.
This is reels.
Reels, yeah. So see the first one.
Okay.
You can see any. This is a IP which I'm launching. I've launched already. These are the dresses I've used.
You do like earth colors a lot.
No, that collection was out of this collection only. So I've got 20 pieces out of this.
Of course.
So these are all
okay.
done by the top models of India.
Okay. Okay.
So these were done in their, collection and in their sizes. So I keep all these kind of things ready with me. And they're all known names. Google their name, you will find all the Gucci, Prada, all top designers, they've done it. The second reel.
Isn't it easier just to source local models than to fly them in?
No, I think I need my models. She's the most celebrated model in India. Highly priced. Yeah, that's it. This is just... So I mean to say that the look and feel of the show has to be great. The model has to be awesome. They know, even if I don't have time for them to tell them the choreography, they know how to cope with the situation. When I just relax, we will do it. They know what to do, what to be done on this stage. Can I see? These are the male models. The female ones. These were the models who walked the ramp for us.
Okay, very exocentric.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get these kinds, not the one which is there you saw. And they're like all 5'9", 5'10", that kind.
I don't really remember the I don't know if that's a good or a bad side.
And
I remember your pieces. I don't remember their faces.
Faces, I know. So yes, and I'm more into styling the whole show, which I did not get anything out here to do much. Just to do a bit of choreography, so I was not too involved. Yeah,
you're gonna find a lot of it's gonna be very, very difficult to source anything here locally for that kind of stuff.
So I'm gonna take 4 models, but that also after seeing them, when I'm gonna come next, I'm gonna see them physically. I'm gonna make them walk the ramp, and if they're not turning out nice, I will include and fly more 4 models from India.
Well, the models that you had on the show, have they gone back to India now, or where are they now?
They've gone back. Yeah,
they've gone back to India now. Okay,
yeah, day before yesterday, I guess. Yeah,
thank God. Less headache. All right, well, wonderful. We should wrap things up in order for you to get on your time to the Moda Mall.
Yeah,
Habibi, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoy the show.
Same here. It was really nice talking to you, and we wish we keep coming to Bahrain again and again.
Okay, before we wrap it up, would you like do the introductions? So we'll add this to the beginning in the edit.
Come again?
Do your own introductions, and I can add this in the beginning.
How
would you like to present yourself to the world?
Okay, so there are so many aspects of it. Now it's okay.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So my name is Vinay Gupta. As you all know, I'm a show director from India and also a professional fashion designer. I stood among the 9 top designers in the Femina Miss India contest. And from there, I have started my journey for events. Off lately, we have come up with our own couture line. We are working on a new collection, the first ever collection, yet the name needs to be decided. So you'll get to see very soon. So basically, when it comes to me, I take care of fashion events all across the world. We have done 34 international shows by now, and more than 500 shows with the corporate world, which is definitely a huge list and a huge credit to me. After once we launch our first label, let's see how it's going to go. So we are just pretty hopeful that it's going to go great guns, and I'm going to present my collection to a different part of the world, because we run event management company and we have various clienteles, but we have never tried into designing. Now this is going to be our first time when our brand is going to come up. Looking forward for the same. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, yes, this is what we're going to use for the introduction and for the reels. So I like how you said, as you already know. Like the audience knows.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the reels with you guys, and you can select that. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's it. that too.
Yeah, let's take a quick.